in Poznań in February. I joined the Poznań Rotary Club in February, just before the war started, and I had no idea that I'm going to be involved in such a great project. After the very first meeting of our Rotary Club, the war broke out, and I contacted Steve because I was afraid. I wanted to escape from Poland because, you know, everybody was also talking that the Russians are going to hit Poland. And then I also came up with, because everybody in Poland was trying to help Ukrainian people, I came up with this idea with Steve, of course, that we could do something together with our two clubs. And what we decided to do, we decided to raise money and to spend the money strictly on very highly specialized medical equipment for hospitals. We didn't really want to buy stuff for civilians. We didn't really want to buy stuff for regular Ukrainian citizens, because I'm a doctor and I have some connections with Ukrainian hospitals. We decided to help with purchasing the highly specialized stuff. So far, we purchased highly specialized medical equipment for 2 hospitals in Lviv and 1 hospital in Kolomyia. This is the news, because so far, I mean, till yesterday or 2 days ago, we only had 2 shipments, but now I know that we have already managed to purchase and are going to send our 3rd shipment to Kolomyia for the 3rd hospital. So what we have managed to collect, well, the clubs together, Grand Pass Rotary Club, Bend Rotary Club, and other Rotary clubs that Steve really got going into this project, we managed to raise about $95,000, and so far, actually till yesterday, we were able to spend about $60,000, but today I can tell you that we have already spent $93,000, and the rest that is left, so $2,000, we decided to donate to the Polish Scouts, who are organizing summer camps for Ukrainian kids. Why did we decide to do this? Because I must admit that for some time we had difficulties finding hospitals and finding what they need, because I assume that everybody is helping and not very many hospitals need that much things. But we managed to find a 3rd hospital a week ago, and they are very happy that we are going to help them, and we have already purchased medical stuff, and it's on the way. It's in Poland. It's on the way to Ukraine on Monday. What is so great about our project is that working together with Rotary clubs in the US and Poland and Rotarians who, as you know, have different connections, we are able to omit the fees for shipping, for management, for some people who sell things from other people, because we buy it straight from Rotary members. We have our own transportation. We cooperate with 2 other Rotary clubs in Poland, one in Wolsztyn, which is close to Poznań, and the second one close to Ukrainian borders, and they organize the transport and the official the papers that we need for this project. So what have we managed to buy so far? We managed to buy not one but more negative pressure wound therapy devices, external fixators, orthopedic saws, power tools, drills, sets of surgical instruments, dermatomes and sternotomes. The last hospital that we are helping, we bought blood pressure kit monitors. Can you see me? We bought blood pressure kits monitors. We bought some trauma kits for paramedics who are going to help the wounded. And we also bought some training phantoms for training of the hospital staff to help with the first aid. So actually, we have already spent almost all the money we have. Steve, believe me or not, I mean, because Steve was actually in doubt that I could manage to spend that money, but I managed to do it, and I'm more than happy to spend some more of money for this great goal. And we still have needs. Ukraine still have needs, and if you guys are interested, we can cooperate again, and for a long time. Hopefully the war will stop, but as you all know, it's not that close to happen. So this would be all. Could you still hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. I just walked back to turn the volume back on. We would love an opportunity to ask questions, and so I would have people.
Yes.
And also, I think for all of us, people want to know, what else do you need? What are your next steps? Help you spend that money.
Well, we have already spent the money we have. So as I said, we don't have much left. But the hospital, the last hospital that we got involved into the help with, they have different needs. They want us to buy some stuff for operating theaters, also for some pediatric wards, because they have pediatric wards, and as you know, very many children suffer during the war, and this is also the next step that we would like to do it. Actually, the transport I mentioned is going to go to Ukraine on Monday or Tuesday, and I was asked to go there to Ukraine and to present them, to actually give them the stuff to the hospital. They are going to make it a very big event. They are going to invite TV, but as I'm getting ready to travel to the US, I am not really able to participate in this event, and so I'm not going to go. But actually, they are the third hospital. I think this is our good place to invest more money, and we will have a detailed list of what else they need. So I'm ready for your questions.
Sounds perfect. Thank you. So anyone have a question? Would you come up here so she can see you as well as hear you? Anybody? Chris, why not?
I would like to admit also that our club applied for the grant, the International Rotary Grant. Oh, this is my dog. Hello. Hopefully we will get the same amount of money that we put into the project. This is how it works in Poland, and then we could spend that money for help as well. Definitely, we will find a way to spend that money. I'm really good at spending money. Steve can tell you.
Dr. Kasia, we have a question here. This is Dr. Chris Walton. He's a retired orthopedic surgeon, and so.
Hello.
Hi. So the question I have is.
I'm just a pathologist, so I may not be able to answer your, complicated questions, but I will try to.
It's not a complicated question. The question is, I believe the Grants Pass Club was able to procure several medical instruments called wound vacs, and
yes.
Is it difficult to ship those, because I may have access to more of them?
This is what Steve was asking me to, and this is what people from Grants Pass Rotary Club were asking me to. They wanted to ship stuff, but I think the shipping costs are very high, and what happens is that I think we can get it cheaper. As I said, we buy it from Rotarians who distribute the stuff, and we get special prices for it. They don't get any, how you call it, they don't earn money on it. They just basically sell it for the price they buy it from the producer. So actually, I think it's cheaper if we buy it here and send it, because what we do, we send it with our own transport from Zamość, which is close to the eastern border, and we don't have to pay for it. So you could ask about, but also we don't pay any duty or taxes, and I think this is really a good way of transporting things. But of course, if you happen to have access to those, then perhaps we could check how it would work.
Sounds like the better thing, rather than us sending you something, is to send you money. Correct?
Yeah.
No, that's the real question. It sounds like that's more efficient.
Yes, I think it's more efficient because we are doing things to buy things cheap, to omit the extra additional costs of some people who work for big companies. I directly contact with a Rotary member from another club who owns the company which sells the stuff. He sells it for us with no interest, and then we send it through another club where his father is a president, directly to Ukraine. And we don't use planes, we just use regular how do you say, vans, and this is how we do it. So I think this is a really cheap and fast and reliable way, which is important that we save money in this case. Because if you guys pay money for Red Cross or some other organizations, of course, you know, they have costs like management, secretaries, and so on. We do it together. We do it on our own. We even pack the stuff. When the stuff comes to the office of this Rotarian who owns the company which sells the stuff, we even meet there and pack it ourselves. We put foil, we put tapes and names of the equipment, we fill the documents, so nobody else helps us. We do it together with 3 clubs in Poland, and that's why it goes so smoothly and as cheap as possible. So we want to save money on that and devote the money to buy what they really need.
Kasia, thank you so much for what you're doing. Wow, engaging 3 clubs. If you were to think about the categories of maternal and child health or disease prevention, which is your specialty, how might you apply that in Ukraine or among the refugees that have fled Ukraine?
Could you say it again, because I didn't hear you really well? Could you say it again about the maternal and what support? I'm a pathologist. I'm pathologist. I'm not gynecologist.
Okay. Okay.
What was it?
Wait.
Well, so my help is on the other side, you know, but.
Okay. When you think of children's health and disease prevention,
yes,
among the refugees that have flooded the countries of Ukraine,
yes,
you have some projects in mind that we could help you with? We would be very eager to do that.
I would have to go into this deeper, because right now I don't really have the knowledge about it. But as I said, I think they when they fled to Poland, they have all the insurance and they have all the medical care. The problem with them is sometimes they don't have vaccinations, because in Ukraine they don't really use the vaccination program, and this could be the problem. The problem is with very many pregnant women who travel to Poland and then give birth to it. But as I said, I'm not really into it. I would have to dig deeper, and then would be able to find the answer. But I'm sure, because as being pathologist, you have the contact with different doctors, with pediatricians, with oncologists, with gynecologists. So if there is a will that you would like to help children, I could definitely even arrange the meeting with my friend who is oncologist, children's oncologist, pediatrics oncologist. And oh, I forgot about it. We have very many kids who are in the middle of anti-cancer therapy in Ukraine, and they were transported to Polish hospitals, oncology hospitals, and I know that they are being helped. So perhaps in this way we could also help. But as I said, I would have to go into it and ask, but it's not a problem, because my very close friend works in oncology pediatrics department, so it's not a problem
I'd love
for
to
me.
speak with him. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, to both of you, Steve, thank you for, oh, we have another question. Nelson's coming up. Steve, can you put your video back on, please? Oh, there he is.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Kasia. Hey,
Hello.
it is. I was wondering if you can talk about this project at the very beginning and what that looked like, because I think it grew into something much larger as we heard today. And then second question is that can you tell us a little bit about the mechanics about how the Grants Pass Club has been able to gather the money, where it went, and then how it got transferred over to Kasia's club? Thank you.
So I think this is Steve's job, right, Steve?
Okay, yes. Our club hosted a Zoom meeting with Kasia after she asked me if our club could get involved in raising money for medical equipment. And Kasia came and made a Zoom presentation to our club. In that presentation, we also had our local daily newspaper was there and reported on it. And we actually got coverage from 2 local TV stations. And from that initial presentation, and when I got up and asked if our club was interested in participating, it just kind of just blew up, and we were getting donations from all over our Grants Pass in Southern Oregon. But we also had the Ben Club raise some money, and some other clubs raised. All the clubs in Grants Pass got together and raised money, and it just kind of grew out of nothing, and it was just kind of inspiring to see it happen. I think at the time when the war broke out, people were desperately wanting to do something, and they didn't know how to help. And this process gave people donating money to our local Rotary Club, knowing it was going to a Rotary Club in Poland, and where they were going to purchase the equipment and get it into Ukraine, something that people wanted to participate in because they knew it was going to get where it was needed. And that's how it kind of happened. We just thought we'd raise maybe a few $1,000s and send it to Kasia, and the money just kept coming in.
It wouldn't stop.
It's coming in. So that's how it happened. I'm also working with a club in Michigan that heard about it, and they're going to do a fundraiser in Michigan. And we posted Kasia's presentation on YouTube, and I think that was visited by some other Rotary clubs around the country.
You didn't tell me about that.
Well, you're on YouTube, Kasia.
Well, I guess, Kasia, that's all the questions that we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
not even sure what time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You've inspired us. It's been absolutely amazing to hear your story. Stay safe. And Steve, thank you for all the work that you and your club have been doing. We'll just continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day, you guys.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.